One of the biggest realizations I've had recently after coming to Christ is that most people don't reject God because they don't think there's a God. They reject God because they don't want a God telling them what to do. And if you think about it, let's be honest, like, most people know there's a higher power out there. Like, people say, the universe, there's a higher power, blah, blah, blah. They know there's a God out there, but they don't want to subscribe to what God has said who he is. And they don't want to subscribe to what? His authority. That's what they don't want to subscribe to, because Ecclesiastes 3:11 says that eternity has been set on the human heart. So most humans, everyone who hasn't had their heart hardened, know that there's a God out there. Know that, oh my God, my voice. Know that there's a God out there. Know that there's a God out there waiting for them to reconnect with him and love him and have a relationship with him. We were created to know him, but the real issue in today's generation more than ever is not that his existence is not believed in, is that his authority doesn't want to be believed in or doesn't want to be subscribed to. Because if God is real, then there's accountability. That means there's right or wrong. That means there's things that we can do and should do, and there's things that we can't do and shouldn't do. And that is where the world taps out. A world wants a God that blesses them, that helps them with everything, that gives them peace, that gives them finances, that gives them their dream, blah, 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 whatever. But they don't want a God that convicts them. They don't want a God that corrects them. They don't want a God that disciplines them. But the number one thing people misunderstand is that God is not trying to control you. He's trying to free you. The very boundaries that he sets in place are there to protect you. And when I realized that, everything changed. The things that originally felt like rules were actually revelations. The things that originally felt like restrictions were actually redirection, stuff leading me from destruction into life. John chapter 8 verse 32 says, you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. But you can't be set free by the truth if you won't submit to it. And you can't serve God, you can't serve the Lord if you only use him as your backup plan. God loves you and is calling you to surrender, not because he's a control freak, but because he loves you and he knows what's best for you. So to whoever out there listening right now and feels like this message is for them, stop rejecting the one who's trying to save you. Stop rejecting his authority, because the minute you start walking in him, the minute you start accepting him, and the minute you start following God truly, you'll realize that you're actually now walking in freedom rather than the bondage that you're walking in before. Amen.